Hey guys, this is Mr. Oxy coming at you from Palm Beach in Florida. It is Friday evening. It is January the 15th. And what we're going to do is take a look at Occidental's warrants. People have asked many questions. I'm going to see if I can address some of them. And you know what they say, Occidental warrants are like opinions. Everyone has one. Oh, wait, that was something completely different. Anyway, I was chatting with one of our people in our community, Isaac Edelman, and I said to him, you know, it's very difficult to make a decision as to what to do in terms of exiting a position. And I said I was once sitting on the plane next to a trader, and we were talking about this, and the trader said to me, hey, you know what? I'm not greedy. I just try to make 1% per day. And Isaac said, hey, we're probably going to see this guy soon on Forbes' richest list or something like that. Anyway, what I thought to do is take a little bit of time, dive into some of your comments, do a little bit of exploratory work in terms of the warrants. Should you hold them? Should you buy them? Should you trade them? Should you exercise your rights to buy Occidental Common? What exactly should you do? So let's take a look at that. I'll see you guys on the other side, and we'll do a little deep dive on Occidental's warrants.
This is what you came for. This is what you came for. I'm over. This is what you came for. I'm on. This is me. She said, I'm ready. So come and get me. I'm over here. I'm over here.
All right, guys, I think it's time for us to have a serious discussion here about the warrants. There's a lot of opinions floating about, and people saying different things and asking really good questions in terms of when is a good time to exit the warrants? How do I exercise my warrants? Do I keep them? What do I do? So I thought we could take a little deeper dive into Occidental's warrant program, see how it works, see if we can get some clarity or some daylight at the end of the day, and decide what it is that we're going to do next, right? So quickly, just to recap, what happened today? So today is January the 15th, 2021. It is Friday. Oxy has been on a tear, and don't be surprised if some people took profit. So we saw Oxy take a nosedive today, down 7.6%. You could say, well, there were some people taking profit. There was some kind of a sell-off. I'm not too sure about all that. This is just sort of traditional, typical ups and downs in the marketplace. I did read some headline reports about a new wave of COVID-19, China lockdown on COVID-19, a jobs report that was, or an unemployment report that was less favorable, banks announcing their quarterly results that were not too good, energy demand declining, whatever. So people in the media say all kinds of stuff to justify this type of movement in the market. They didn't have too much to say about Occidental's rise over the past month and a half or so, except for the fact that, energy is on the way up, as supply returns and because of vaccines and things like that. They just make stuff up. What about OXY warrants? So that was down 9% today. So, for some people who think that the warrants are kind of bulletproof, it actually pretty much trends the same trajectory as the stock, even though obviously the warrants have been significantly outperforming the stock on a day-to-day and a return basis since they launched the warrants in July of last year. Lots of community chats going on. So Isaac Edelman and I spent quite a bit of time chatting about the Occidental warrants. Isaac saying, we're going to have to think long and hard how to play this. Me saying, there are people, and I'm guessing even Carl Icahn, who might just prefer to hold the warrants and view them as future multi-baggers. I'll come back to that one in a little while. And then Isaac says, the tremendous run-up in share price, my warrants are still handily beating Occidental's common stock on returns. That is, of course, absolutely true. Tough decisions. I mean, this is really, it's not an easy decision to make in terms of what to do next or where we go from here. Some more community chats. So Yeti Zhang, who's a regular contributor to the channel, I said I'm surprised you sold your warrants. The reason why I included this topic again is because I had explained that I actually sold my Occidental warrants through a trailing stop order. I was up about, I think probably about 25, even 30%, and I plugged in a 10% trailing stop to protect that gain. The warrants pulled back 10% as they pretty much did today, and it executed my order. And so I actually almost sold my warrants by accident. But then on the same day, I bought some Occidental stock long, so I bought some more Occidental common stock. The price was $18.25. I used the proceeds from my sale of my warrants to discount the actual common stock that I was buying. So I actually managed to buy in some Occidental stock, common stock, at about $12.25, $12.40. And I still hold those today, and with Oxy trading at about $22, $23, $24, that's up 100%. So I can't really complain about that. But that was the reason why I sold the warrants. I had no intent to do so, but of course you could argue that if you plug in a trailing stop with whatever stop parameter on it and it executes a trade, then you had intended to sell it. So my comment to Yeti was, at the end of the day, very few people go broke taking a little bit of profit along the way. So let's look what's going on. So my other friend Vince Gupta reminded me of Kramer, who as recently, and this is really tiny for you up here, November the 12th, so if you think back, November the 12th is just 2 months ago. Sell Occidental Petroleum, sell, 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 sell. Don't go anywhere near the stock. However, today, which is January the 15th, Kramer was saying Occidental is going to go higher in the short term, thinks Kramer. He advised the viewer not to sell because it will probably go to his entry price of $33. Well, you know what? If you want to take advice from people on TV who run shows called Mad Money, then knock yourself out. I prefer that we rather do the homework like you're doing right now and educate yourself as to what's going on and how it works. So let's get back to the warrants, right? This is the topic of this discussion. What exactly is a warrant? A warrant is like a call option. They provide you the right as the holder, but not an obligation. In other words, you don't have to, but you may, because you have a right, to buy the shares, or in this case of Occidental, at a specific price or a specified price, which is called the strike price, before the warrants expire. Now we know that the warrant strike price is $22. Here's a quick comment from Occidental Petroleum. Investor Relations says the warrants allow our common stockholders the opportunity to acquire additional common stock in the future at what Occidental believes will be an attractive price. These Occidentals, so in the future, these Occidental warrants expire on August the 3rd, 2027. And you can see at the time I took this little screenshot, the warrants were only down 7%. They ended the day down about 9%. So let's go a little further into this. What exactly is one warrant worth? Well, you can see there's some varied opinion on this, and this doesn't come necessarily from me. But if you look at the 52-week low and high, you can see at one stage people thought the warrants were worth $2.29. And as recently as yesterday, people thought the warrants were worth $11.18. Why the difference? So let's quickly look at the basic math, which I'm going to come back to in a minute as well, related to the warrant price. What is one warrant really worth? So let's assume I hold one warrant of Occidental, which gives me the right to buy one share of Occidental in the future for $22. How much will you pay me for that right to buy one share of Occidental common stock in the future for $22? The answer is, unfortunately, it depends, because it assumes you plan to exercise your right to purchase Occidental's common stock in the future. So I gave you a few examples here, and just to kind of briefly talk you through it, if I say Occidental's common stock is trading at $5, you probably would not want to offer me much money for the right to buy Occidental at $22 a share. After all, I could just go onto the market and buy the common stock for $5. So why on earth would you pay me anything for the right to buy Occidental shares for $22 sometime in the future? How about if Occidental was trading at $22? Would you buy the warrant from me at all? Because the warrant gives you the right to buy Occidental for $22. So why would you pay me for $1? For a warrant, any price, when you can actually just go on the market and buy Occidental for $22. But what if Occidental was trading at $100 a share? Now how much would you pay me for the right to buy one share of Occidental common stock for $22? Probably a lot. I don't know. Maybe more than $2.29 or $10 or $11 or whatever it's currently trading at, right? What is one warrant really worth? But derivatives also have a term, and that's where you get the additional value. The term, as I said a minute ago, only expires in August 2027. That means you have the right, if you buy my right to purchase Occidental for $22 a share, to exercise that right up until the expiration date on August the 3rd, 2027. So the correct question should probably be, what is one warrant really worth and to whom? What is one warrant really worth? So I had some good feedback here from a person by the name of CH. So I'm not sure if it's male or female. I don't know where they are. As far as I know, CH is not a subscriber to my channel, but really good comments. CH says it is such a tough environment that big companies are short on cash. Occidental bought Anadarko for 50 billion, and the whole company is worth less than 10 billion. Now you will notice from this little circle that I drew up at the top here, this was 3 months ago, and Occidental and Anadarko together was indeed worth less than $10 billion. Of course, at the current price, it's worth about $20 billion, and who knows where it's going. CH further says that Oxy has been actively selling assets, we know that, and it's unlikely to go bankrupt unless COVID drags on for much longer than expected. Well, I don't know about that one, CH, because COVID might be dragging on for the next year or two the way things are going. I actually don't see any light at the end of the tunnel on that one at all, vaccines or no vaccines. Then CH concludes and says, anyway, I have been buying warrants. I think it's a no-brainer if you believe the oil sector will turn around. Then 2 months ago, CH said, buy Occidental warrants over Oxy. It has much higher upside because of the extremely long expiration. That was the point that I made just a minute ago when I said, how much would you pay me for the right to purchase Occidental at $5, $22, or $100? But how about for the next 6.5 years? You will see the difference when it moves. Sit tight and ride it out. And then that was 2 months ago. Just a few hours ago, so 10 hours ago, CH said, Mr. Oxy, I'm coming back to this post to check on you. Well, that's really kind, CH. I do like the fact that you pop back in to chat and check on me. He says by now you should have a better idea of the power of the warrants. Actually, to be fair, I actually probably have a fair understanding of the power of the warrants, and I do not accept it just at its face value, and I'm not just simply applying basic mathematics to it. And then he adds, you need to be careful what you said, since some people take YouTube advice seriously. Well, that is an interesting point because firstly, I do not offer anyone advice. I am offering educational content and information. But thanks for doing my disclaimer for me, CH. And I hope you're sitting on a truckload full of warrants and that you can make lots and lots of money. What is one warrant really worth? Let's look at Oxy Common versus Oxy Warrants. And I'm going to take the same timeline that CH used in his communication with me. The first one was September the 16th of 2020 when Occidental was trading at $11.64. When he sent me the next communication, Oxy had pulled back to $10.17, so about $1.50, and that was on October the 22nd. And then the latest communication that I just read from you from about 10 hours ago when CH said I should not be offering you advice was when Oxy had recovered somewhat because it was now trading at $24.24. That was as of yesterday. At the same time, however, using the same timeline, the warrants that were $3 a warrant on September the 16th had dropped only 3 cents. So I just said Occidental moved down about $1.50 which is quite a chunk of change. I mean, it's all, about 10%, but the warrants only went down 1%, 3 pennies down to $2.97 during that same time period that CH was alluding to. And then if we look at the price yesterday, you can see that the warrants had closed at $11, and that is $11 from a price of $3 just a few months ago. So the uptick in terms of the price of the warrants significantly outperformed the price of the common stock, and this is worth noting in case you hadn't noticed up until this point. If we look at a graph of Occidental compared to the warrants, so Occidental's common stock over here is this little blue line, and you can see the trajectory of the graphs is pretty much the same, right? The ups and downs, but look at the return. So over this period, and what I did here is I selected a 3-month period because 6 months ago, the Occidental warrants had only just been released. But during this 3-month period that I'm referring to, Occidental, for those who are long in Occidental common stock, has jumped up in value by 126%. I know this is really small for you, but I'm reading it off the screen here. Whilst the warrants have increased in price by 200, and it looks like 44, it might even be 64%. So the warrants very, very easily have outperformed the common stock. So what would you do? Guys, this is a serious question. If you hold the Occidental warrants, and by the way, in some of the accounts that I have, I actually still have some warrants. It's just not material. In other words, not meaningful in terms of my asset portfolio. But what would you do with your warrants right now? Would you buy more at $10? Would you hold and just see what happens since you're up 100, 200% anyway, depending on when you acquired these warrants? Of course, if they were distributed to you by Occidental in July of last year, you're still up 100%, so you're doing pretty good on your warrants position. Or would you trade it? I mean, would you sell the warrants right now, just take the cash, or otherwise exercise the warrants and swap them for some Oxy common stock? Would you even do that? Is it worth your while? I'd like to know what you think, and you can tell me in the comments. As usual, if you have not hit the subscribe button yet, please do so. It's really cool to have a community of people we can have debates and arguments and chats with, and collectively spend some time together and learn from one another to manage our investments to the best of our ability. So guys, on that note, this is Mr. Oxy signing off, saying take care, stay safe, hit the subscribe button, and I will soon see you guys back with more and different content. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.